We just keep taking W after W, and we should keep our foot on the gas.
Ho, ho, ho!
Hey guys, Nightfall here, and XDefiant, like so many other games, are plagued by people who abuse the system on Twitch. They just rerun the same cycle of gameplay non-stop. Some of you may know them as 24/7 streams or even rerun streams. Most of the ones on XDefiant are from people with GTV in their name, but there are others. Normally this wouldn't even be an issue in most other game categories, but for XDefiant, it's just a slap in the face to the other creators who are actually live streaming and trying to make content and engage with the community. Not to mention the viewer count is already very low. Most of their viewers that go to these rerun streams are bots anyway. So that in and of itself is just annoying. But what makes this even more scummy, and at this point, I'm going to need to do a scum tier list with smurfs, cheaters, crooked developers, rerun streams, etc. But what makes this even more scummy is that they're all mostly Ubisoft partner. Now, I can't say this doesn't annoy me because it does, and I'd be lying if I said it's not personal to some degree. I've applied and been denied twice now for Ubisoft partner, while I see many others around me that do deserve it actually getting it. And I may have a small inkling of why I'd be getting denied to begin with, but that's neither here nor there. At least I'm making content. Daily content at that. Content that matters and tries to provide feedback and bring the player base back to the game. All while these weirdos sit here replaying the same cycle of shitty gameplay over and over and over, and people just watch to farm drops off of them. One of them, when you actually check their level, is like level 52 or something and hasn't played since the start of season 2, and that was probably just to get some updated gameplay to force out on his stream. It's insane to me that Ubisoft allows them to keep their partnership despite not actually producing any real content for the game. But today, we got a win. It's a small win, but it's still a win nonetheless. One of the more known 24/7 streamers, and I use that term loosely, Random GTV, recently had his category changed to always on instead of XDefiant, as you can see here. I'm not sure what this means exactly, or if he did it himself or if Twitch did it, but it looks like the switchover happened somewhere around November 27th, and it's been on this new always on category ever since. So this is hope that maybe if we keep reporting these streams, like these other two that still remain in the XDefiant category, we can get them out of here and give real creators the viewership and the chance they deserve. You can even see that all the people that came to this stream was just farming drops off this channel because they all disappeared from their stream as soon as the category changed. But now, let's go down a rabbit hole. What if they weren't doing this of their own volition? What if somebody was paying them? Or something? If you look at the actual title of Random GTV's stream, it has the hashtag ad in the title, which is usually there if someone is being paid to stream the game. And who else would pay someone to stream XDefiant other than Ubisoft? No one that I can think of. His stream title has had this in it as far back as I can tell, and it could just be because of the lazy nature that is these 24/7 streamers, that maybe he was just initially paid to stream for some period of time and then just never took it out of the title, even though his title has changed recently in the last week or a couple of weeks. But honestly, would it really shock you to learn that Ubisoft was behind these 24/7 streams, and that's why they still maintain their Ubisoft partnership status? Just a weird coincidence or oversight possibly, but also slightly unsettling as we never really know what's going on, and Ubisoft's left hand never seems to know what the right hand is doing, especially when it comes to XDefiant. Just look at this tweet from the official XDefiant Twitter account telling us about this bundle that's in the store. They've made this same tweet about the same bundle twice in the last 4 or so days, and this bundle has not once been in the store aside from when it was originally in there weeks ago. So like, what are we doing? At worst, it's false advertising. At best, it's just piss poor communication. And I'd probably lean towards the latter on those two because we were promised a new update on the top 500 leaderboard on November 27th. And even though they're usually fashionably late by like a day to do this, we still have yet to get that, and we're now 5 days later. But speaking of updates, there is one last thing I want to talk briefly about before I end this video that I've covered in a previous video. Season 2 is running out of time, and with just over 2 weeks left, the last realistic chance we have at getting another patch before Season 3's launch is in a few days on Wednesday. And what patch might we get, you ask? Well, as per the Season 2 roadmap that we can see here, we're still missing one more thing, and that's the player collision improvements. And if we don't get it this Wednesday, I doubt we get it at all this season, because surely they wouldn't put out a patch the week before a massive update, right? So if we don't get it this week, it'll probably be pushed back to sometime in Season 3, that is, if they even still remember that they promised to do this. I can't imagine it's a hard fix, just whatever you have your teammates coded as far as player collision, flip it with the enemy, so I no longer have enemies phasing through me, and I no longer have to get stuck on my teammates. Just don't fuck it up and make it so I can shoot my teammates, but not the enemy, because that would be a fun treat. Anyway, what are your thoughts on all of this when it comes to the 24/7 streams? Do you think they hurt the game and other creators, or are you okay with them? And do you think we'll get one last update, one last hurrah for Season 2 before Season 3 launches? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next upload.